question, question 2, it's 24 marks, 28 minutes. This is an extract from a pre-adjustment trial balance. So already looking at this, I know I have to process adjustments. Okay, looking back at the, or looking at the required, I need to see what have I been asked to do. Right, they say calculate the balances of the non-expendable income and the expendable income. Okay, so non-expendable means I can't spend it. It needs to be kept within the club. And expendable means I can spend it. That's what they're saying. In the Mike Wazaki fund, okay, in the general ledger of USMA, okay. Prepare the income and expenditure statement. Okay, that's easy. That's income, expenses, and that's it. Right, so all you need to do is structure, layout. Okay, so they said calculate the balances in the non-expendable income. So they want two things, non-expendable, expendable income, okay, and obviously expendable income. Okay, so what's the difference? Well, the one you can spend, the one you can't. Okay, the one you can't access, you can't touch. Okay, B is the statement of income and expenditure. Okay, for the year ended 31 December. Great. 20, what is it? 15. Okay. Alright, so that's what you've got. That's what they've asked you to do. Okay, so that's the first step. All that is literally income. And then leave lines, expenditure or expenses. And then you would have a surplus or a deficit. Makes sense. For the year. Got that? That's it. And you're literally calculating those totals. Alright, so what is the first thing that you've been given in the question?
The team bus cost price.
So what is that?
It's an asset.
Good. Do I need it?
Yes.
Not for this question.
Oh no, not for this question.
Okay, why?
Because you need to work out the
Income and the expenses. Exactly. Good. Okay, accumulated depreciation, do I need it?
Yes.
No, I don't. It's a negative asset. It will be disclosed against the team bus. That'll be in the statement of financial position. Okay. Indoor soccer facility, cost price, do I need it? No. It's property, plants, and equipment. Got that? See that? Okay, accumulated depreciation, indoor soccer facility, that's accumulated depreciation. Don't need it as well, eh? Okay. Membership fees received, do I need that? There we go. Now we have something that we actually need. Okay, and with membership fees, you normally have to draw up a tier account for it. So it's always a good idea to do the working. It's always going to carry some marks, working. Okay, yeah, let's 3 lines is enough, and then do the tier counts. Okay, remember it's just a working, so it doesn't have to be 100% accurate or anything like that. It's just to show the workings for the actual membership fees. Membership fees. Membership fees is income, so you would have a credit balance on this account. Okay, membership fees received. If you've received it, you're going to have a debit or credit. No. Membership fees is income.
Yes.
Okay, 48,200. 48,200. It would have been bank here. Got that?
Yeah.
Okay, membership fees received in advance. So this is from when? Last year or this year?
Last year.
Exactly. So membership fees received in advance. What type of account is it? It's a liability. It's received in advance. So if it's a liability, we'll have a debit or credit.
A debit.
No, a liability has a credit. Okay, so if a liability has a credit, how do I reverse out the liability? I debit the liability, so I'd have to credit the membership fees this year. Okay, because last year's income received in advance is this year's income.
Okay.
Okay. So last year's membership fees, M fees in advance, brackets last year 2014 is this year's membership fees. How much was it? 15,840. Okay, they've also given you this membership fees in arrears. So that means it's membership fees that you were supposed to get last year, but you didn't. So that means you're going to get it this year. But it's not income for this year, it's income for last year. Okay, so membership fees in arrears. If it's arrears, it's a debit or a credit. If it's arrears, it would be outstanding, so it would be an asset, accrued income. Okay, so accrued income will have what balance? A debit. Okay, accrued income will have a debit balance, so how do you get rid of a debit? You credit it, exactly. Okay, so if I credit this account, I'm going to debit this account. Okay, so M fees, arrears, this is basically your accrued income. Arrears, brackets 2014, that's last year's arrears or accrual. Last year's accrual is this year's reversal, okay, which is how much? 6,700. Great. Okay, next, telephone expenses, that's an easy one, it goes here. Okay, amount.
$660.
$660. Okay, next one. Okay, you got it in front of you. Let's just go down the list there. Water and electricity, water and electricity, amount 3,800. Next, wages again is here. How much? 14,400. Next. Oh, there we go. Mike's fund. All right, there we go. Now we've got point number A stuff. Okay, expendable, non-expendable. Okay, so Mike, on the 31st of December, had a fund of 500,000. Okay, then you had Mike fund events hosting income. Okay, that's going to increase his fund, right? Okay, so let's go. We need to know, is this expendable or non-expendable? We need to check that. Okay, so I need to look for that. 1 talks about depreciation, don't need it. Membership fees, don't need it. 3, this is soccer kits on hand, don't need it. Maintenance, printing. Where's the expendable stuff? There's it. Point number 6 is what you need to do point number A. Mike was a founding member of the club and donated the indoor soccer facility to the club. All the income received from hosting events on the property may only be used to pay wages. Okay, so that means it's non-expendable. It can only be used for a specific expense. Okay, so we need to work it out for 3 marks. Let's go back. Where is his fund? There's his fund. That's last year's amount. So where is point number 4? There's point number 4. It's non-expendable, okay, because only used for a specific purpose. In this case, paying the wages, exactly. How much was it? Starting balance, so balance was 500,000. Okay, you had more fees. Events, hosting income was 16,200. Okay, right, then you've got an accumulated fund. Okay, an accumulated fund is expendable, so then that'll be on this side. So this would have been, this is Mike's fund. Okay, the accumulated fund would be the expendable fund. Okay, what is the balance on the fund? Accumulated fund, 12,050. Okay, this is the accumulated fund. Okay, this would be expendable. Okay, because it's just money that you've kept aside for the club. Okay, the club can use it for whatever they want, as long as it's in line with the club's purpose. Okay, admission fees, what is that?
It's an income.
Exactly, so that goes over here. admissions fees, open brackets, how much?
3,500.
3,500. Next,
Interest received on current account.
income, right?
Yes. 2340.
2340. Next,
Current account.
what is that?
It's a favorable balance.
What is it?
It's an asset.
Yes. Okay, current account for S Bank is favorable. It's an asset. It'll be part of your current assets. Don't need it. Vehicles, expenses though, maintenance expenses, so it must be an expense, eh?
Yes.
Vehicles maintenance. How much?
8,800.
88. Next,
Transport expenses.
transport expenses is how much?
8760.
Transport expenses 86.
8760.
Oh, 8760. Next,
Marketing and printing expenses.
marketing and printing
3700.
next.
Soccer kits and memorabilia.
Okay, so that would be part of what?
Asset.
The soccer kits though, the soccer kit would have been for the well, it's something that what club is it? It's a football club.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be seen as a expense. It's the cost of sale,
Okay.
basically. Okay, so the soccer kits here, notice you've got sales here and you've got inventory and purchases. So there's a sales and cost of sales. So you would then have to put that here. This will be gross profit. Gross profit from the soccer. What is this? Soccer kits and memorabilia. Soccer kits. Soccer kits. Okay, that's the gross profit. So here you'd have to do a separate working. Sales minus cost of sales. Okay, so how much is the sales? 11.
11790.
790 minus open brackets, opening stock.
1100.
Okay, so cost of sales would be opening stock, which is the 1100 plus purchases of 6,000. Okay, less closing stock, which I don't know yet, but I'll read it just now, probably. Okay, so now we're good. Now we've got all our easy marks. See, that's easy mark. That's exam technique. Draw your template, go down the list, put it where you need to put it. Okay, so I put membership fees there, I put income there, I put expenses there. Now I can adjust. Okay, so number 1, depreciation on the team bus and the indoor soccer facility should be provided for at 10% per annum and 5% respectively. The depreciation of the team bus as well as the indoor soccer facility is provided for according to the diminishing balance, and the club has no other non-current assets. That's easy. Okay, so all you need to do is write down the two things. So let's write down depreciation for the bus, depreciation for the, what is the other thing? What is the other thing? Bus and what else? Oh, facility, soccer facility. Soccer facility.
But somewhere it says that.
No, don't look at the other stuff. Look at the line item.
Okay.
Number 1. So number 1 asks you to do what? Process depreciation. For what? The bus and the soccer facility. Okay. Remember, all of these are individual, separate line items. Okay, so don't try to do too much in one go. If you get to something later that says something else, then you'll deal with the something else when you get to the something else.
Okay.
Right now, you do what you can with what you've got. Get the marks for the calculation. Depreciation is an expense. It must be shown here. Both are diminishing balance, so I need carrying value. 10% is on the bus, 5% is on the soccer facility. Okay, so where's my bus? There's my bus cost price. There's the bus accumulated. Okay, so 300 minus 54 times 10%. Okay, this is for the bus. 300,000 minus 54,000, close brackets, times 10%, diminishing balance. Okay, gives me an answer. Okay, the soccer facility, straight from the question, cost was how much? Indoor soccer facility, 500,000, Accumulated depreciation, 207,500. So 500,000 minus 207,500, close brackets, times 5%. That's the depreciation on the facility. And then just write that total. That's it. Okay, so you show the working, you do the answer, you put the answer in, and then that's it. Okay. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first adjustment. That's point 1. Okay, next, point 2, membership fees. Okay, so we started drawing up a tier count. We're going to finish the tier count now. So, membership fees were 1,200 per annum per member for the 2015 financial year. It's policy of the club to increase the membership fees with 10% at the beginning of every year. Okay, that's fine. That's nice to know. So if I have members, I know how much they need to pay. Okay, on 30th of September, the membership of 2 members had been cancelled. These members had already paid their annual fees. A proportionate amount should be refunded to them. Okay, there we go. There's your first thing. Right, so how many months do I refund though? A proportionate amount. Okay, so when did they leave the club? 30th of September. Okay, so what's the end of the year? End of the year, go back to the questions. I think it was September, December.
31 December.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, 31st December. So,
I said 8 months or 9 months.
31st December, that's where they cancelled. Okay, so September to December, because the year end was 31st December 2015. So it's only September. You don't count September. It'll only be October, November, and December. 3 months you refund.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so point number 2, refund. Okay, so if you refund, your membership fees will go up or down. It will go down. Okay, so M fees, refund. Brackets. Okay, I'm refunding membership fees. They cancelled on the 30th of September, but they paid the whole year. So that means September, October, November, December, they would have paid for, but they never would have used it. Okay, so you refund 3 months. Okay, and this is for 2 members. Okay, so 2 members times, how much they pay a year? 1,200.
Yeah.
1,200. That was for the 2015 year, right? Yes, 2015 years, that's fine. Okay. Times 3 over 12 months, that's how much you're refunding. Okay. Right, it's a little bit tricky there. Just read and interpret and then get an answer. 600 is what you refund. Okay. Next. On 31st December 2015, 7 members had already paid their 2016 membership fees. If they have already paid it, then that's
Liability.
correct. Income received in advance. So liability will be credited, so you'll debit the membership fees. Okay, because it's an adjustment. Alright, so I'm crediting a liability, I must debit the income. Okay, so that would have been membership fees in advance. M fees in advance, bracket 2015 year. Okay, so how much membership fees did I receive in advance? 7 members. So 7 times, oh, but this is next year. So it's going to include that 10% increase.
Yep, so it's 1,200.
Times 1.10 times 7 members. Okay, so 1,200 times 1.1 times 7 gives you that amount. Okay, there's the membership fees received in advance. Okay, current year's membership fees. Right, and 5 members were still in arrears. Okay, so 5 members still owe us. So if they're still owing us, it's accrued income. So this year, you'll record a debit for accrued income, and you'll increase your income because it's too short. It's too little. Makes sense? Yeah, it's current year. Okay, so this would be accrued, or let's use the same as what I wrote earlier. Membership fees arrears, bracket 2015, meaning they're still owing you. Okay, so current year's membership fees. How many? 5 members. Okay, so 5 members times the 1,200. Okay. Anything else? That's it. Fine. So now, balance off. Okay, so which side's bigger? This side looks a lot bigger. Sum of all of that. Okay, so you want this on both sides. Balancing figure goes to profit and loss. Okay, so this minus this minus this minus this. Okay, that will go to your income statement over, where's it? No, we didn't write it in. Membership fees. Okay, it's always going to be the most difficult calculation, is the membership fees, because you need to process last year's accruals and this year's accruals. Okay. Right, soccer kits and memorabilia with the cost price of that was still on hand. There's your closing stock. Okay, closing stock. Now I know what it is. Open brackets, how many items? Cost price of 15. Oh, it's just 1500.
Yes.
Okay, so just minus 1500. Okay, so can I work out the gross income for the... Yes, I can. There's it. Okay, next. So that's done. A quote for that related to vehicle maintenance was recovered and paid on that. An appointment was made for the service on 31st of January. Okay, notice this is 31st January. Is this belonging to this year?
Yes.
No, it's not. What year?
No, it's... Okay, wait.
We're 2016.
Yes, so it's not.
So you received a quote. They quoted you, and when you're going to pay. Or not
Next.
pay, when you're gonna get the service.
Next year.
Correct. So what is this viewed as? You pay for something for next year.
Oh,
Prepaid expense.
yeah.
Okay, so where's my vehicle maintenance? There's my vehicle maintenance. Needs to come down by 1,580. That's an easy adjustment. See, there's always easy stuff in every paper. Okay, minus 1,580. Okay, I mean, that you just that you think about your adjustments. Okay, there's the figure. Right, so now we looked at that. Next, printing expenses of that have been incurred but not yet paid. There's another easy mark. What is it?
It's printing expenses, so it's expense.
Incurred but not yet paid, so?
Well, it's still it's a liability.
Yes, so expense too high or low?
Too high.
No, too low, because you still owe,
expense.
you haven't included it. Accrued expenses increase your expenses. Do you agree?
Yeah.
450. Okay, so that's going to go there. Oh, come on. Okay, next. That's it. Great. So now, just wrap it up. That's it. Okay, so income is the sum of all of that stuff. Sum up all of it. And then expenses, 660, 38, 14,400. This didn't change. Okay, total for the expenses. Okay, oh, this club's not in a good position. Not doing so well. Income minus expenses gives you a deficit. Okay, so this should be deficit for the year. Okay, and that's it. Right, it's a nice question. It wasn't that long. It was quite a short one. Oh, I didn't finish this. Okay, they said work out the balances. Okay, so there I can total that up. Sum of this. Okay, that's the balance for the non-expendable income, Mike's fund. Okay, and then here, expendable income, I'm going to write down deficit less the deficit for the year. Okay, because someone needs to pay for the other stuff because they're short. So the deficit is that there. Okay, and they're going to owe a bit. So the balance is going to be an overdraft for a little bit. Sum of those two amounts. Okay, so they're short 635 rand. Okay, what's wrong? That's the question.
Because since he's covering the cost for the club, he's taking the
Only for the wages,
depreciation
though.
as well.
Only for the wages, though. Wasn't that what they said? Just for the wages. Hey? His fund, Mike's fund.
But he donated the indoor soccer facility.
Yeah.
So the depreciation on the soccer facility
Is the club's depreciation because it belongs to the club. If you donate something, it's no longer yours. Okay, so if you give something to the club, you can't say it's still mine. I'm going to claim the depreciation. No. If you donate something to the club, it's the club's now. Okay, so the club depreciates the assets. Okay. Happy? That was quite a good one. I think you did quite well there. I see a lot of correct answers there.